The biggest VTuber in history vanished again. What?
Many of people dream of becoming content creator. More than half of Gen Z said they'd want to be an influencer when they grow up. And on paper, it
When are you doing it again? Probably a week before September. Should we do subathon?
looks like the dream. The fame, the
Subathon
money,
starts
the
right
attention,
now!
a whole audience that
Kidding.
revolves only around
I need to
you.
mentally
So
prepare,
what
bro.
happens when someone gets all of it? The engaged fan base, the sponsors and merch companies all lining up, the record-breaking numbers, and then just
I need to think of
walks
some
away.
goals.
Samiko Saba broke
At
a
10
record
subs, face reveal.
thought could be broken. 1 million subscribers just 3 days after she debuted, faster than anyone in
20
the
subs.
history of the medium. That happened in June 2025, and by
Hand
the
reveal.
spring of 2026, she'd vanished from content creation entirely, and her fans had no idea why. It all came to a head in April when somebody finally
This
got
video?
fed
Is
up
this
and
video
canceled her
infamous?
membership,
Let
which
me see
on
the dislike ratio. No dislikes.
its own is
I forgot they removed that feature. Are we doing react now? Yeah. React time, react time.
least interesting thing that can
React
happen on
channel
the
has been
internet.
drying up.
After all, people cancel subscriptions every single day and the world keeps turning. But that post
Thanks, Yuri.
hit a nerve that turned out to run through an entire community and beyond. It had found the exact spot where it hurt and
There
pressed.
isn't a single other VTuber I know of who would take this many frequent hiatuses and not even make a post. I'm not even asking for much here, just a vague sorry about the lack of content, personal things happening, but we get nothing. Maybe I'll change my mind in the morning. How long has she been like not streaming? How long has she been not streaming? Is it like really long and people are
By the next morning, it wasn't one annoyed subscriber anymore. Quote tweets
like she had so many like paying channel members, right? I would feel bad. I would feel bad. She canceled her like subs, right? Like her channel memberships, I think. I feel bad for Saba's fans. She's just gone without explanation for months at a time, and that doesn't sit right when people are paying for memberships. Yeah.
stacked on quote tweets. People who'd been stewing for weeks all talked at once, and one post in particular.
She literally debuted
sailed
and
past
vanished again in under 4 months or
1.5
something.
million
How?
views with a
What about from
reply
today? How long has she not been streaming?
turned into open warfare. The name Samiko Saba stayed trending for
I can't judge. I took a break for like a week. February? No. 5 months? Damn.
days. But unfortunately, what was being said about her wasn't all that positive. Truthfully, that cancelled membership didn't
5
start
months is
anyway.
crazy
Water
though. Saikuno got canceled and then started streaming again in under that
had
time.
been at low boil for months, covered, rattling, building pressure with nowhere to go. And
A lot of
all
VTubers debut then vanish, don't they? Dude, you're about to see me debut again on my second life persona, Sally's.
that one post did was knock the
Sub
lid
to the
off.
Sally's
Everything
channel,
that came
guys.
pouring out was already there. The
I'll do
thing that
daily
set them off
streams
was
for like 1
almost
day, then I'll
insultingly
vanish for
simple.
like
She hadn't gone
a
live
long
since
time.
February 7th. No stream, barely a word, dead silence stretching across months. From someone whose debut was used. She had previously walked away from the biggest.
It says I have too many
VTuber
channels
community on the
connected to it.
planet,
And I'm like,
often on
okay.
purpose. And the reason
You're right.
everyone thought so at the time
You're right.
was freedom. The freedom to do this her own way, on her own schedule, without anyone above her telling her when to show up. That was the whole point. And she's now streaming less than she ever did while she was within that company. Go looking for an explanation and you'll find no shortage of them. Some people will tell you that she's a grifter.
Just get
cashing
another
royalty
phone?
checks from her couch. Others will
no,
say
bro.
that she's just too sick to work. And there's the one
I
where
think
the
you can set
pressure
them
of
up for
her fame was already
multi-account
going
connect,
to
can you?
win.
That's what I
Netizens
did,
have
but it's still
landed
like
on all
not
of them,
doing it.
and you can see why. But every one of
It
those
says I have too many
theories
accounts
are
connected to it.
really missing the point. To understand what's actually happening, you have to go back a lot further than that. Years before any of this, before the record-breaking numbers, before the agency, there was a girl on the internet pretending to be drunk.
Fuck the teardrop in my eye, woo, Crunchyroll.
Take me
That's
home.
in Zawa, late
to the
2017, give
place
or take. This little
I
voice starts
belong.
showing up on YouTube.
West
High, sweet,
Virginia.
innocent, the kind of voice you'd
Mountain
expect reading a
mama.
children's book. Except it was attached to some of the most deranged, crude, and gloriously stupid humor you could imagine. And that contrast was the whole appeal. And people...
She's saying the one that everyone was cringing at, right? Like the Discord one. She did that one, right? The Discord. Let's play it. Everyone was cringing at this when it came out. Discord song parody. Senzawa. That's her name. Was it not her? I swear it was her. It went like disco. Nuzzles you, Uwu, you so warm, where she was like singing the Discord messages of like Discord mod or something. I swear it was her. This one. Bad copy pasta into a bad rap.
Okay, I know this is a really bad idea, but I'm already here, so here we fucking go. Right. Extra noses pounces on you, ooh, you're so warm. Couldn't help but notice your boats from across the floor. Nicky wakey till day or till day, hee hee. Unzips your baggiest pants, oh baby, you so musky. Take me home, pet me, and make me yours, and don't forget to stuff me. See me like my widow baby, tail for your bulgy bulgy. Kisses and lickies your neck. I hope daddy likey.
Okay.
Look away. She made her name doing what fans lovingly called high-effort shitposting. She takes some piece of throwaway internet garbage and put an absurd amount of real skill into
What am I hearing?
We're talking full vocal range
Freaking
on a rap
internet
parody of a
history,
copy
bro.
pasta nobody asked for.
Okay, Boomer. Whatever you say.
Oh yeah, she did this too. Dude,
Stuff that had no business
she is actually everywhere, bro. She is making history. Even though you don't know her, you can be sure you've heard her.
sounding as good as it did sounded good. And layered over all of it was the drunk act. She'd slur her way through chaotic streams and sometimes just come apart on camera as they went.
I haven't even started drinking yet, and I'm already ready to like yell. I hope you guys like this game so far, and if it's on.
Why is she drinking? How old is she? 30?
This
This feels like it's really old. Like that video is so like I feel like this is an old video. Wait, so how old is she? 30? Wait. 40? Wait. Stop me when I get close, guys. 50? Not yet. 60? She's 60 years old? 67.
it's on Steam.
67. 67.
And her fans
67.
absolutely ate it up. She sold it so well that people genuinely started debating whether it was an act or not. Some were convinced that she really did have a drinking problem. Others figured she just got nervous performing and used it to take the edge off. I wasn't there, and Reddit being Reddit, I couldn't tell you which it was. But here's what I do know. At one point, she edited her YouTube description to spell out...
I'm not
that
actually
the drunk
blitzed
thing
on
was
playing a
gift,
character, it's
and it
fun.
barely moved
Oh.
the needle. People wanted more of it regardless. More chaos, more mess, more of the unhinged version they decided was the real her. She built this persona as a joke, and now she was left trapped inside it by the exact same people who loved her. So she'd
Wicked.
leave. Senzawa never really kept a schedule anyways. She dropped a video that blew up, disappeared for months, came back, disappeared again. One account on Reddit retells how they believe one of the last messages in her Discord server was something along the lines
Like
of...
a lot of these VTubers nowadays, like they were on like 4chan, which is crazy to me. I feel like 4chan, like in my brain, doesn't exist. Like it's like some old like website that used to exist, but like it's like doesn't exist anymore.
I die a little inside. She was always
Like the
a
only way you
featured
can
fan
visit
of
it is like in the dark web or something.
creator. Even all
I've
the
never
way
actually
back
typed a
then.
4chan on my browser.
Today. See you guys in 9 months.
I think the
Then
funniest
in
speculation I've seen about her
2020, she
vanishing
left
was,
for good.
oh,
Her second to
Hoyo
last
stuck her
post on
over the
Twitter was
design being
just
too similar to
this,
Gura.
a fistful of nonsense.
It's surprisingly
She
still
streamed
popular, really?
Once more on June 23rd and then went dark. There was no goodbye and no explanation, not even an announcement, just nothing. Her fans had no idea where she went. It took months for
Hololive?
them to piece it all together. And what they figured out was that she hadn't quit at all. No, she disappeared right as a new
Extremely
Shark Girl was
active?
debuting
No way.
over at a company called Hololive. A few months after Senzawa went dark, Hololive, the biggest VTuber agency in the world,
Hololive?
announced its first ever English-speaking
Chat
lineup.
announcement.
One of them
I'm
was a
joining
Shark.
Hololive
Think of a
as
VTuber
one of the new
agency like a
girls.
record label mixed with Disney.
They named me
Look,
Juicer
honest
Booster,
controversies.
or JB for short.
Actually, scratch that.
Justin
They're
Bieber.
riddled with controversies too. But anyways, they do hire entertainers and give them a high-quality animated VTuber avatar, tech gear, and a massive built-in fan base. The creator gets to be a VTuber under a huge brand name, and in exchange, the agency owns the character and takes a cut of the money they make from streams, merch, and concerts they organize. So amidst all of that, Gargura debuted, and Gargura is a tiny apex predator with a hoodie and a trident talent and a voice many recognized. She was a great pick for Hololive.
That's
After
cute.
all,
What a
she
cute
had already
design.
proven that she could be popular online and that she understood internet audiences. Her Senzawa channel had been a massive success, so her debut was one of the most anticipated streams the scene had ever seen, and it started with a technical
I
problem.
don't get why. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I guess, hindsight 2020. But at this point, I don't get why they still keep the models. Because imagine the backlash of like replacing someone, because Hololive still owns this model. They still own the design. But I assume they're not selling merch anymore. They're not selling merch on this character anymore, and no one's live streaming using this model. So I don't get why they don't just give it to her, because it's not going to be used anymore. They don't replace them and stop all merch for it. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what are they getting from this? They're not getting anything. So why don't they just let the talents keep the models? It depends on the company too. Sometimes they just hand it to the library. Well, they do it because they paid for it, right? They made it. Like the other companies that let you keep the models is because you paid for the model. Like the actual libraries paid for it. Like, yeah, so we have the model, but you're gonna pay for it. Like that's what the company's doing. Like you're gonna pay for it, but you own it.
And
like you can take it if you quit.
Delay. So thousands of people just sat there waiting. And when she finally came through, her very first word.
But Hololive paid for everything. But I still don't understand why they don't just like give it to the library. Like they earned enough money for it, and they're never gonna use it.
That became an iconic meme, and a meme pulled in tens
Welcome
of
back,
thousands more people that all started spamming A in chat. And from that second, she basically never came back down. She became the most subscribed VTuber in history. Not the most subscribed English one, the most subscribed full stop. The timing was almost unfair. This is late 2020 we're talking about. The world is locked inside, everyone's online, and starving for something to watch. And here comes a cute shark girl singing nostalgic English songs in a space that almost had no big English VTubers in it yet. It was the perfect combination of luck
What
and
pretty animations, bro.
together.
The insane amount of budget that these guys have. Look at that, dude.
Spin it alone.
Their music videos are so pretty, especially the Miko one.
Beloved stuff from that era came out of her friendships with the other members of her gen, in particular with one of them, Amelia Watson. Fans shipped the two as Ame Same, since Same means shark in Japanese, and the two of them leaned all
Shark?
the way into it.
Wait,
Amelia
she's supposed to be a shark? I never would have guessed.
openly called Gura her
What the
wife,
frick?
and their dynamic, the Ame's gremlin / troll energy mixed with Gura's sassy but gullible nature, made for legendary streams. During the early days of Holo EN,
Did we beat Toilet 8? I beat it twice, 3 times in a row.
They'd play Minecraft on separate streams at the same time and kept colliding into each other's world, crashing cards, botching rescues, and Gura dying roughly every 4 minutes while Ame tried to save her. Their A Way Out playthrough was arguably their most legendary gaming collab. Watching them try to coordinate a prison escape was pure chaos, and they constantly messed with each other.
Can I get a shot of this from the side one more time? I want to see what Hey, bada. Hey! Okay, let me
Good luck with your lame responsibilities. I'll be out here playing darts. Let me know when you're free to have fun.
Listen, I'm here being a dad. You wouldn't understand. My kid just avoided me by climbing out the window.
You guys are,
Make the
this
shot, kid!
It's not fair.
What? My kid sucks!
And not just online, offline too. Whenever Ame and Gura managed to meet in real life, it was a massive event for the community. Their offline collabs, like doing VR together and playing Twister, are some of the most viewed and are still some of the most
She was shaking her butt
in Holo EN history. Not to mention their impromptu karaoke duets and specifically their cover / singing of the Fortnite meme song Chug Jug With You that went wildly viral and became another defining meme for the duo. As for Gura herself, she accomplished many things that very few content creators would ever have the opportunity
That's so
to
cool.
do. Among some of her biggest
What a
achievements, she sang Take Me Out to the Ball Game at a Dodgers
She's in
stadium
baseball.
during an actual major league game.
That is so funny, bro. Like, that is hilarious.
Actual major league game.
Like, what did they think of about this? Let's see the Venn diagram of baseball fans and like Gura fans. I want to see that, bro. Like the VTuber fans. I want to see the Venn diagram and how much they touch. How many people are in the middle there?
Tokyo made her an official tourism ambassador. She also showed up in a Taco Bell commercial. Yep, a shark VTuber was being hired by a baseball stadium, a city government, and a fast food chain. That's the level we're talking about. Gargura wasn't just big for a VTuber. We're talking industry-breaking big. And I already made a video on exactly why she blew up the way she did and the challenges she faced along the way. So the link's up there.
I mean,
if you want to go see the deep dive.
It's got to be crazy and also exhausting. Imagine being the biggest VTuber in the whole wide world. The biggest one.
Of it is that she had the timing, she had the talent, and she had years of being Senzawa hiding underneath her polish. And people figured out that part pretty fast. The shark,
and in the like in the grand scheme of things,
she just never confirmed it because
like it isn't even that big, right? Like her YouTube has 4 mil subs.
Whatever the name on the bottle said, Senzawa was still in there. But even back then,
is that your goal though? Heck
top,
no, bro.
Biggest VTuber.
That would be, oh my gosh, I would also quit. I'd be like, I'm the biggest. Oh no. What did I do? What did I do wrong?
The world still took a 2-month break for her health in December 2022. The physical demands.
Why not? I mean, look at her.
Begun catching up to her. On December
must be so
16th,
nerve-wracking.
she tweeted, going to the doctors today.
I'd be the second biggest.
Also, it's stressful to deal with. Sorry,
I'd be in the top 10.
About it.
That's my goal.
Then,
top 10.
On December 21, Cover Corp issued an official announcement saying that she was suspending her streams to recover. And Gura followed up by tweeting she decided together that it would be the best for me to take serious time for my health. She never explicitly
like I would never be as candid ever again because I feel like everyone would be looking at your actions with like a microscope, bro. They're just looking to get something. They're just gonna, there's one thing, bro, one thing that you do that feels wrong, and then dude, it's gonna explode. That'd be so stressful.
She'd mentioned her doctor
I'd be top 10.
Not to get out of bed too fast in the morning because she was
like I'm kind of there, but not really. No one cares as much.
To back it up, including one time she fainted and fell backward into an AC unit, and another where she passed out in the bathtub.
Speaking of being able to hop up out of bed really fast in the morning, my doctor told me not to do that anymore. I was so eager to get out of bed. I would hop out of bed and I would faint. I would pass out. One time I hopped out of bed so quickly and I went to another room.
Everything you do would be picked apart and expectations would be crushing.
Like
I'm surprised she lasted.
in an air conditioning unit. I also fainted.
But someone's got to be it, you know?
Or in the shower. Yeah.
In 2000,
if not her, it would be someone else.
Backlash regarding a pre-chat incident due to people fighting in her chat over her not streaming for weeks at a time and going radio silent. Well, according to them, Gura ended up disabling her live stream pre-chat and pinned a comment. It was the first time Gura directly addressed how her streaming frequency dropped and mentioned a new normal. Discussions on forums and Reddit exploded, and even all the way back then, people had already started expressing concerns with her communications. This is also where we can see the start of
so shame it put so much pressure on public figures that way. Can you understand how that feels? Standing out of bed and shower and fainting? Wait, really?
While others adapted and managed.
Are you allergic to water?
On September 2024,
I would be mad if you stopped streaming for 3 weeks. Well, you're gonna be so mad after I announce this. I'm not gonna stream for 3 weeks and 1 day.
Issues that delayed her Valentine's content, but planned to return the following week. And those bouts of disappearing because of her health only got worse over time. Early Gura streamed constantly. Late Gura barely streamed at all. The last few years before she graduated, her schedule went from packed to almost empty. There was long gaps everywhere, hiatus after hiatus, until she was hardly doing the normal streaming and idle stuff at all. The strange part is that it barely dented her. The old VODs and the big corporate projects kept her enormous even while she was rarely live. And all of it traced back to the same place. The stress of being the face of an entire industry mixed with her health struggles, they were crushing her.
I would do it, bro. I would do it. I mean, I'm saying this just for the fun of it, but I would handle it. I could handle being the best. I'd be like my husband, bro, Gojo. The weight of being the strongest. Oof. It's a heavy load, but I'd be able to handle it.
Pressure and anxiety. How did you feel about being catapulted into this position? Has this feeling maybe changed over the years? Have you been able to handle it better, etc.?
Terrified. Well,
right from the beginning, or did it maybe take some time in the beginning where you were still like just
get a fight? Like, you need the cat for the strongest title. I'll do it.
Okay. From the very started, it was
1v1 boxing ring right
painful. I
now.
had like troubles eating and keeping food down, so I was kind of working off of adrenaline fumes all of the time. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. It was really hard to balance all of it. I also had a lot of stressful things going on. Stressful, like
I feel like because like the VTuber like landscape is so different to just normal things. It forms a lot more parasocial things. So if you're the biggest, like the biggest creator out there, like I feel like there would be a lot less to focus on. You just have to like rot max. Like you just rot max and then you would still grow. Like you would rot max, like you legit have to not do anything and just stream. Like you don't have to upload any YouTube videos. You don't have to do any songs like this. Just rot max and then you would still like keep that status as the biggest and you would keep growing. Because you have like the numbers to throw around, you know? Like you stream and then you have like how many viewers does she have every single day? Like it would be hard not to notice you being live for almost every single day with like this amount of numbers. Like you don't really need to outreach anymore, like making YouTube shorts or anything like that. You probably have like a bunch of employees, especially with her, right? She's not indie right now. Well, you know, when she was Gura, like she had a lot of people working under her. Well, not directly under her, but you know what I mean. Like where there's a bunch of clippers that are already doing that. There's a bunch of editors, like stuff that will be set up. Of course, there's got to be stuff that she also deals with, like being the talent. But if you just like want to grow and not think about it, I feel like just rot maxing in your desk and streaming the whole time, even though you're not doing anything, would probably be the best way to go. Because they could just like get content from that.
company stuff.
At least that's my understanding on it.
I've been juggling really badly.
So by the time she announced she was leaving Hololive in 2025,
Because you have
a
so
lot of
many
people weren't
resources
shocked
that
at
will
all.
just
I'm
like
really
expand
sorry
for you.
worrying you or upsetting you with this announcement. This has been a very long time.
I'm fine with you only streaming
But
as long as
today,
you still
I
make
am here
songs.
to announce that I will be
I'm
graduating
stopping all
from
music
May 1st,
production.
2025.
Streaming
They
only.
had watched her drift away from the spotlight for years, and to them, it wasn't a bombshell. It felt like something that had been coming for
There's gonna be
long.
one day where I don't make songs anymore. Or at least I'll like take a big break.
Sometimes I think about it. Like, I do wonder if it would have changed the stress levels, my path, but also I'm really thankful for the opportunities.
I'm already like planning on like writing the songs for the subathon because I know during the subathon I'm not gonna be able to write anything or make anything. So I'm already planning on like all the songs that are gonna be
I'm so
releasing.
happy to hear that. Because you really should be. You really should be proud. You've been put in a very difficult position and you made it through as long as you could, and you still ended up taking a very difficult decision to leave.
On May 1st, 2025, Gargura officially graduated. She left Hololive. The most subscribed VTuber in history was walking away from the company that had made her a household name. And everyone wondered why.
I heard the news. I think not everyone heard the news. I don't want to talk about it too much. It makes me sad. But I hope
Speaking of VTubers that are also not streaming, is she back yet? What happened to Villian, bro?
you're happy.
I prefer people take breaks when they need them,
Oh,
get their rest and keep themselves together, and then try to make things for others, you know? You can't give it to your all if you don't have your all to give. That's true.
don't be a
But I feel like streaming itself is such like a chill environment, especially with like if you think about like, because they have a lot of workload, right? Especially Hololive, because they have like concerts and stuff that they actually have to do, like 3D concerts, like on private streams that you don't get to see anywhere. It's like it's not on YouTube, it's not on Twitch. It's like, I don't know if it's like on hololive.com where they're doing that. Like they actually have to practice choreography and stuff like that. But I feel like if you want to be just the #1 streamer, like if you're at Gura's level, you know, you don't really need to do any of that. Just rot max if she's happier with that. But obviously that's not her problem, right? Like right now she's indie. She's not doing any of that and she's still not streaming.
decided to.
I don't think she's resurfaced either.
If you pull this up,
If at any point you need a break, then take a break. Music or streaming, as long as you're doing what you want in your own life. If that's what's important, those of us who truly support you will understand until you come back or let us know.
The biggest
I don't know if I'll ever take a break.
VTubers in the world.
Like my
The
biggest
official
break
reason
was like
that she had
a
disagreement
week.
with management, differences over where the company was heading,
My reasons being disagreements with management and company direction.
and Hololive had grown into this massive idol machine after they
But
went
thank you,
public.
guys.
All big concerts and tightly managed PR and merch cycles. And Gura had always been
I won't
happy
stop
as just
permanently
streaming
unless like I
spontaneously on
die
her
or
own
something.
terms. There were clips of her mentioning
And if I do die, then you guys will know because I won't be streaming
anymore.
anymore. I'm dead. Like this.
Sat
Like
unreleased
that.
for over a year and a half. You can imagine how that would wear on someone. However,
Thanks for that,
besides the
Pat.
creative difference, there was one part of her graduation that really stood out for many.
So many eyes and expectations. I remember there being many days where the stress was so overwhelming that I couldn't eat or keep food down.
Beyond the stalled bureaucracy, beyond the responsibilities,
Just remember you're allowed to take breaks. None of us are going to hold it against you. See, my biggest problem, I'm gonna expose myself here. My biggest problem with streaming is ending it. Like I don't like clicking stop stream. Like start stream, that's easy. And while I'm in stream, I feel like I'm good, you know? But I just struggle hitting the stop stream button because I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm stuck. Because like I feel like I could keep streaming, you know, all the time. But the reasons like why sometimes
role came with expectations, whether she streamed or not.
like I'm when I get too tired, I think about hitting the stop stream button, even though I'm not streaming yet. I think about hitting the stop streaming button, and then like it makes me not want to do it.
Oh my god, my stomach.
Because while I'm in the moment, while I'm streaming right now, it's like it's easy, you know. But as soon as I think about hitting stop stream, like I struggle with it a little bit.
Cruel about that, because you can fix a management disagreement by leaving the company, but the eyes and the expectations were never Hololive's to give back. They'd attached themselves to her, and they'd followed her under any name she'd ever perform under. She wasn't walking away from them, she was taking them with her. Gargura would become a landmark name,
Look at this.
no matter which personality she streamed under. She wasn't leaving to escape a company, now really. She was leaving to escape being the center of gravity. And you can't quit that by switching jobs.
Gotta do what you gotta do,
So
and
the
just keep in mind that you have
most
people
famous
here,
VTuber in
there that will
history
support you,
walks
whatever you
away.
need to do.
The problem
Thanks, River.
is she couldn't take herself with her. When you sign with a
Burnout
company
is a
like
hell of a
Hololive,
thing.
you don't own your character. They do. It's
Thank
like
you
an
for that,
actor
Yuki.
playing a role in a franchise. The actor brings a voice and a personality, but a studio owns the character itself, the name, and the face of the design. So when the talent leaves,
I don't know.
the
Maybe it's opposite for most people, right? Maybe, like for most people who are experiencing burnout, like maybe it's more of a struggle to hit start stream. Me, it's more of like whenever I think about hitting stop stream, because it feels so disassociating, right? Like like right now I'm talking to you guys, and then with a single hit of a button, all of a sudden I'm not. Like that's crazy in my brain. That it makes me hesitate on even starting the stream. Because like stopping the stream is like so crazy in my brain that I can just like turn this off and then that's it. It's off.
stays with the company. Gargura, the model, the name, all of it, it belonged to Cover Corp, not to the person who voiced her. She left Gura behind. She kept her voice though, her personality,
We'll
and
support
her
you no
fan
matter what.
base, if
I don't know
they
what I
decided
came back to,
follow
but
her
Sai,
in
take
her
breaks when you want.
reincarnation.
One of the perks with streaming is
She also
connecting to other
can't
people.
use
Having
the
that connection to a
Gargura
group of
channel
people
to
or
point
watching
fans towards
completely different
anything
feeling.
new, because advertising her independent channel off the
Everyone
company's
gets his own.
IP could get her into legal trouble. So
You can
how
be
did
yourself
she
in
get
absolute
back
one
without
too.
being allowed to
True.
say it's her? Well, she left some clues.
all
Initially,
support you.
before she even
Thanks.
graduated, she had begun leaving some cryptic clues on her Senzawa account. Gargura officially graduated from Hololive on May 1st, 2025. However, the first hint of her transition actually occurred
Don't worry about it, Science,
approximately
again.
6
True.
months prior to her
If you're
graduation.
anxious,
On November 3rd, 2024,
just don't be anxious.
Senzawa updated her
Relax.
Twitter bio to read #1 fan of Gargura and leaving the end of the
I'm no
sentence
late. Hi,
blank
Ivan. You are
with a
late.
cryptic tease. Fans only later realized this meant and she'd been planning the transition and rebranding for quite some time. However, 19 days after,
And if you let us know you can't do it one day,
she
we'll
revealed
understand. Be
the
there.
full meaning
Thanks
of her
for.
bio when Senzawa updated it again to officially state #1 fan of @Gargura and @Samiko Saba. Finally, the fans had a
Wait,
hint
that's
of more
her?
importantly,
Wait, Gargura and Samiko Saba are the same. Are I never would have guessed.
had a name to attach their excitement on. They
Song is
flooded
out.
the new
Guys,
handle with
song is out.
follows, and the news traveled super fast. Gargura was reincarnating as Samiko Saba. The name was the final confirmation. Pure Japanese, Same means shark, that's Gura, Ko means child, Saba means mackerel. Child of
One
a
more
shark
minute.
reborn
One more minute.
as a new fish.
But song is almost
Then
out, guys.
Saba started posting on her own Twitter account. May 19th was her first tweet. Yo ho! And a fish emoji. It got 10.8 million views on 2 words from an account that had never streamed a second of content. She put up a couple of songs soon after that, and the voice settled whatever doubt there was left with audiences. By the time she set a debut date, over 554,000 people had already subscribed to her channel that had
Song is out. Song is out right now, guys. Go view
her
it.
fans hadn't seen her in months, some of them in years.
Give it a like. Give it
And
a
then
subscribe.
finally came
Give it a
G8.
comment.
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. Hi. I didn't think I was going to be like this, but
Ba-
here I am. Hello. Hi. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Samiko Saba, and
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I was here. I was here, bro. I was on this stream. I was here. I don't know if you can see my chat, but I was here, bro. In this stream, it was crazy.
It's nice to meet you. I've never met you before.
I was here. Let me see. Let me see if I can pick out my username here. Nope.
I
Too
have a
fast.
fishtail. I'm a fish.
Look at
Don't
that.
ask
What
any
a
other further questions.
crazy
The
chat.
debut peaked just over 200,000 viewers 9 minutes into her stream. A few days later, she passed 1 million subscribers.
Really
faster
was. I
than
was there that
anyone
day. Yeah.
had ever
Who
seen in
wasn't,
VTuber
bro?
history. And the tweet
200,000.
she posted to mark it all was this: a Jaws joke. 500,000 subscribers before a single stream is already absurd, but she crossed 1 million in under 3 days. For comparison, the previous record for fastest VTuber to 1 million was held by Salome, and that took
Whoa.
around 13 days. Saba did it under 3. By the standards anyone tracks these things, her debut was the second biggest VTuber debut ever recorded, beaten only by another ex-Hololive talent's return. And later, in 2025, when Stream Charts ranked the most watched VTubers of the year,
Most popular VTubers. Only 2 guys right here. Only 2 guys. See, I'm planning on being like right around somewhere like in the middle.
peak viewership, Saba landed in the top 10. The only English VTuber ahead of her was Gargura. She was, in effect, competing with her own ghost.
The only one that
3
can
names
beat
now:
me
Senzawa,
is
then
me.
Gura, then Saba. Same voice, same pattern underneath all of them. A huge arrival, a wave of love, and eventually the disappearing. She'd done it twice. The only question left was how long this one would last. Samiko Saba did not have a regular indie VTuber debut. Not only because she had an already established fan base that followed her, but also because she had an entire machine operating behind her. Weeks before that first Yoho tweet on May 2nd, 2025, a company called Incoming Next LLC filed trademark applications
Yeesh.
for the Samiko Saba name and logo. They handled performance services, printed goods, toys, digital files, the whole catalog.
That's another
Brand
thing, bro.
Samiko
Dude, imagine having like employees. That would stress me the heck out.
Saba was legally locked down.
Like, oh my gosh, if I mess up, everyone is screwed. Everyone is riding on me. I'm feeding these guys as family.
The
If I
public
do
hadn't even
anything
heard
that
about
messes
it
up,
for
that
the
messes
first time.
everything
This
everything up,
information is pulled
it's
straight from the
over.
public US trademark records, by the way. The company was registered in Delaware. What's interesting about companies incorporated in Delaware is that it lets the owner stay anonymous, which is perfect for VTubers. Also, the tax setup is friendly because the legal system there is built to protect them. The lawyer on the filing makes it even clearer. The trademarks were handled by Michelle Robichaud at Auden Law and Media. And Auden
Bye-bye.
isn't some random firm you find on Google. They've done legal work for major VTuber
Odin.
agencies and big name independent streamers in the past. I've also actually
V
personally
Shoujo.
bought it in the past as
Isn't that the
well.
one that,
Everything
like,
I've
with the
heard lines
controversy?
up about them, they're generally good at this. Point being,
Does V
that
Shoujo
Saba
still
walked
exist?
into independence with the same caliber of legal firepower as the corporation she left behind. And her model matched the money. Her Life 2D model was built by top-tier artists and rigged by one of the most respected riggers in the industry. She didn't just have one artist for the L2D and one for the rigging as it usually goes, she had an entire team.
Here are all the people that helped make today possible.
Samiko Saba's character model was designed by Shu, also known as Shu-kun, and illustrated by Tusaki Shina. The Life 2D rigging for her model was handled by the riggers Celia and Quanchi. And then there was the merch. The day she debuted, she dropped a full line with
Oh
Omocat,
man,
a
full
streetwear brand that
merch.
sits right at the crossroad of
I want to make merch like some hoodies and stuff, but
as well.
I don't know how to do that.
$200 debut bundle with
That'd be cool.
handsigned
I'd buy it myself.
postcard at the top and a little $6 blind bag pins at the bottom, hoodies, all of the works, and it all sold out almost immediately. Samiko Saba didn't have to claw for attention from fellow creators either. Other huge independent VTubers who recently left Doobie, Nimi Nightmare were right there hyping her up. There was no marketing budget needed when your friends are some of the biggest name in the scene and they're all vouching for you at once. And it was genuinely so hype. I can't even begin to describe how everyone was so
Which would be
excited
awesome. You should
for
do
her
merch.
return.
I get it.
It's like the entire
I'd get it
industry
too.
was just waiting with bated breath.
I just don't know
for
how.
what she would do next. So what do you even call this? It's branded as an indie. It walks and talks like an indie, but she's got the LLC, the trademark attorney, the elite production behind her, and the premium fashion collab, and a built-in network of A-list peers. It was a sophisticated setup. Indie feels sort of like a stretch here, and corporate isn't right either. It's something in between that we don't really have a name
Incorporate.
for it yet. But I have a feeling it's gonna
Corpy.
start showing up a lot more often.
Corindi.
But whatever you call
Corinthians.
it created a problem that's going to haunt the rest
Endorp.
of the story. Because everyone who showed up for Saba showed up expecting this level of operation, this level of production, not be patient with a solo creator finding her feet. After all, her health announcements were a while ago, and we all know the internet has a short memory. They had all settled in the background now. Barely anyone mentioned them anymore. Meanwhile, this debut was calibrated to a polished, professional, top-of-the-industry product. With all the output and consistency that implies, nobody was prepared to be patient. And after
It looks
all,
so similar.
why would they be? Nothing about this
But
would
different
make
enough
patience.
to
For a
Gura.
while, it was everything everyone hoped it would be. July 2025 was Saba at full power. 12 streams in a single month, plus a couple of
W.
videos, which, if you know her history, is a staggering amount of output. She was on, and when she was on, she was magic. She'd rage her way through horror games, screaming at Resident Evil 4 and Alien Isolation, talking trash to the game the whole way through as a coping mechanism for being genuinely terrified. Then she'd turn around and play rhythm game and she was cracked at them.
That
Other
was
nights she'd boot
amazing.
up some dumb little simulator and yap
Resident
at chat
Evil
for
4
hours.
streams?
And she could sing, not just pop covers, but jazz, bossa nova.
Song was so
and
good. You guys like the
classic
song?
pop with a beautiful voice. At least that's mine and many others' humble opinion.
That means divided by, right? Got your nose! I
Love the
got
song.
your
Love it.
nose!
Right, I'm making more. I'm making more.
Got your
Right now, I'm making more.
Okay, okay.
I'm thinking of ideas right now.
Sorry.
Dive.
This is a paper boat on me, by the way. Paper boat. Do I need to explain the symbolism behind a paper boat? Or do you
I
guys
don't
kinda
get what the
understand?
paper boat stands for.
Maybe it's
Paper
subjective,
boat.
like most things are in art. So maybe a paper boat means something different to you, but a paper boat to me means, I don't know. It's so fragile, but yet it floats. That's gonna be annoying to stop. Paper boat. Damn, bro. The winds of change ain't blowing. Anyway, we gotta figure out who's in charge and stick with them, you feel me, bro? We gotta get in good with Fima. I'm not reading that out loud. I don't know what that means. I don't trust him anymore. Happy birthday, Hatsune Miku! Her name is Hatsune Miku. If I see one more of you call her the Fortnite girl, I'm gonna freak out. What was I saying?
Whoa, what game is that?
Come on!
But The best part was who she was
The song
doing
was
it with.
amazing.
She
Thanks,
started
Pixie.
collabing with 2 other massive
Stream it. It should be out on
Scooby
Spotify right
and
now. Unless
Amy.
it's not,
If
then
you'd
it's
been around
not. Then
for
I just lied to you
years, those
guys.
two were not strangers.
I'm just a freaking
Not
pathological
anyone
liar,
being
and then it's not
legally
out.
allowed to say
And
it out loud. Doobie was the woman who used to be
at dead
Amelia
of night,
Watson, and
should we play
Amy
that
was
one?
the one who used
How long
to
is
be
it?
Sarah's Fauna. Saba's
Fauna.
whole life family.
Dude, I love
scattered
Fauna,
to
bro. She's
independence,
green.
Finding each other again on the other side. Which means when Saba and Doobie collabed, it was Ame Same again. The duo that defined an
It'll be on
entire
loop.
era of
Nice,
whole
W.
life back together. Except
Put it
now
on loop
they
while you're
had to
driving
perform
at
this
night.
little strange ritual where they pretended to be
If you have
beating
motion
for the
sickness
first
issues, don't
time.
play it.
Think
I'll
of
just
it like
stop head
this
bobbing.
elaborate manners of an 18th century dinner party where everyone at the table knows a certain scandalous fact about someone precisely because everyone knows nobody is permitted to say it. The whole thing runs on a polite, agreed upon fiction. So that's what this was. 2 best friends of half a decade introducing themselves to each other like polite strangers. Both of them perfectly aware that the other one knows
Otherwise, it's
that the audience knows.
decent if you can
rule
handle
is
the
that words
crowd
can
it
never
brings into
actually be
chat. What kind of crowd does it
spoken.
bring?
You can watch
I don't see it on
them play
Spotify yet.
through
What
it
the
in real
frick?
time here.
Here, eat this.
I just lied to you then.
Is it good?
And
Yeah.
fall for my prank.
Do you think I
Get
would
pranked.
poison you?
I don't know. I don't know. This is our first time meeting. Maybe.
Oh, that's right. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
And she looked happy. Watching
Everyone
this collab,
backseating through it and
Saba
hand holding
genuinely
everything.
comfortable,
I don't mind that
relaxed,
sometimes.
laughing, doing this because she wanted to be there. That was the dream version of going independent. No corporate structure choking you down. You keep all your money because nobody's taking a cut. There was no idle obligations, no flying back and forth between countries to record, and you still get to enjoy your audience and mess around with your
That's
friends
gotta
at
be
your own
terrible, bro. I
pace.
forgot. Because they record everything in Japan, so they have to fly. Woof. That is terrible. The one thing I hate about traveling is like the flights. I don't like being on a plane. Sun Tzu once said, Sun Tzu, one of the wisest men in the whole world, once said, how can a metal death thing be flying? Don't do it. Little known fact, Sun Tzu was afraid of airplanes.
That's how I died last time. Wait a sec. Wait. Doobie! Tom and Jerry scream.
I'm talking to the type that, hey, this room, look in this thing and find out. I'm sure there's no way.
My kitten. My Discord kitten.
There's no way people that know the game would watch someone who doesn't know the game and then specifically just so they could teach them.
I've turned my status to do not disturb.
Like, how deep is this game
At this
that you have to
point,
see it
the public
again?
sentiment conclusion was that it was probably the corporal obligations that had been weighting her down. After all, she'd been streaming now more than ever. It just made sense. But that wasn't all. On the 16th, she commented on Kurage Roa's tweet, another
Cool.
ex-Whole Life member who was officially reincarnated a few days later.
That's exactly-
Off-stream, it looked
that's how I
even
knew exactly
better.
what game that
The
was.
merch was selling so fast that Omoka
I'll just be in the
had to
wrong
extend
category.
pre-orders because the original
back
run
playing
sold
Fortnite.
out. In late July, she even made a surprise appearance at Doobie's virtual vacation summer concert, turning up unannounced to provide backup vocals. It looked like she finally had it all, and that she had finally figured out how
Just
to
put
do
under
things
GameSpot's
on her
demos for
own
it, see?
terms. So you'll forgive
Hack.
everyone for thinking the disappearing act was finally over. Although she stayed fairly consistent all throughout the end of June and July, and fans were ecstatic. On August 1st, she mentioned
Yo-ho, been a
needing
very busy few
to
days for
recharge
me
as she
around the
was
lighthouse,
very
so I will take
busy.
another
Fans
day
were
or so to
understanding.
recharge.
After all, this happens to every creator, and a few days gap was nothing compared to the
I won't
long
announce
foreign
it.
gaps they were used
I'd be like,
to. Saba then resumed streaming
bye.
in August. She literally had a stream the next day of that tweet, actually, and remained fairly consistent throughout the month. But then, September started considerably slowing down. She only managed 5 streams throughout the month. On September 14, she gave another update. She was dealing with health issues over the past week, and she apologized for not updating them sooner. She thanked her fans for their patience and said she'd see them when she feels better. She live streamed 3 times in early October and then fell quiet. On October 20th, she addressed it, posting, "Yo-ho! I know it's been rather quiet over here at the lighthouse, just been chugging along. I wanted to check in with all of you. I hope you have a good Monday." And yet about a week later, on October 20th, she was back on the grind. grind with another Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation.
Followed by another
Is that
stream
game
the
good,
very
chat? Should we
next
get it?
day and a Repo collab on the
How much is it?
30th with Doobie and
Isn't that a movie?
Then she even
They made a game
streamed
out of it?
again the next day for Halloween, revealing a new scary costume. She
Whoa.
was pushing through. She was doing fairly well. Her fan base were blessed by a karaoke stream on November 2nd, and then another Doobie Lemu collab on the 7th, and then a Leaf It Alone stream on the 9th, and then total silence. On November 19, she posted, "Sorry for the late notice, but streams and activity will be spotty for a little while as I deal with some health-related issues. But as soon as I feel well and able, I will pop in. Thank you always for your patience." It was
W.
clear that she was still struggling with health-related issues.
That sucks.
Still, fans stayed patient. At first, they told themselves it'd be a few days, and the gap
I
kept
hate
on
being
stretching.
sick.
A few
It's
days
the
became
worst.
a couple of weeks. The couple of weeks became most of a month, and somewhere in there, the
I
tone of
swear
the
I said I hate being sick and I was about to cough. I
the
stopped
patience
myself, bro.
started curdling
It was like back during COVID times where you don't want to cough in public.
into restlessness, especially with the holidays coming up. Because if you come from a corporate VTuber culture, the big holidays are sacred.
Just listen to your new
Christmas
song, it's so
streams,
good.
the New
Thanks,
York
Felix.
Countdowns are company-wide events.
Another song
That's when
coming
your
out
favorite
next
shows
week.
up, no matter what. So the fans
And then
waited.
maybe next
Surely
week.
she'd be
I don't know.
back
I'm
for
still.
Christmas.
I don't know.
It's
I don't even
about
know if this song is coming out next week. I'll be honest.
Christmas came and went.
Hopefully I
still
get it
no
done.
words. And then, just a few days after Christmas, she tweeted, "Ay yo ho ho! Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, gamers! Thank you all for your patience with me throughout the year as I learned to navigate some
Thank you for the
recurring
head
health
pat, Felix.
issues. I'm still learning. Sometimes I'm good at balancing things, and other times I'm terrible at it. And my health and productivity
Song is very
suffers
much a
from
bop.
it. It's
Thanks,
so easy
Shisui.
to feel down when my body also feels like, well, shit. But in the end, so long as I get back up again, I'll do just that and keep her going as best as I can. Just my old lady light keeper base. I'm so lucky to be supported by such kind friends and folks. Thank you all so much." The majority of her fan base received this message positively and wished her the best, and frankly, they were just happy to get news from her. But on the other hand, some others weren't as understanding.
You effing
Particularly on
liar!
forum boards from her. But on the other hand, some others
That is me.
weren't as understanding, particularly on forum boards where some displayed more than a large amount of skepticism, while others just made the jokes that gets made every time a VTuber
She's pregnant?
There was even
Wait,
this
what if?
wild theory at one point that she had timed the update for the 20th on purpose because that's when most people's membership renew, so it's the day they decided whether to resubscribe or not. I swear one of these days I'm gonna lose it with what people type online. But regardless, fans hoped Saba would stream for New Year's Eve. Then New Year's Eve came and went and there was no words from Saba. Some did not take her skipping out on New Year's Eve well.
To-do list, not
However,
stream.
she did
Hopefully.
surface again in January. The first stream was back on the 13th. 4 streams over the month. Not much, sure, but enough to make people think that maybe the worst was
Oh man,
over.
it's getting hot in my
January
room, chat.
26th, she
I'm not
popped
even
up as
playing a game, I don't know why
surprise
it's hot.
guest at Vince Phantom's concert. That was huge. And on February 5th, she announced a new merch line. And the same day, a pop-up event in Tokyo at the Anime Plaza in Shibuya, alongside another VTuber, Kurage Roa, who older fans will tell you used to be Shion from Hololive. So once again,
Wait,
the Hololive reunion
Shion graduated too? Oh my gosh, bro! Wait, how many Hololivers are still on that on Hololive?
in everything
They must be hiring. There is no way they're not hiring. They've got to be hiring.
but name. A whole event, merch, a venue, a collaborator, and most people were
They just
genuinely
lost like
excited
6 or 7.
Except
6, 7.
This particular event kicked off its own round of criticism. First, the familiar one resurfacing, that Saba only reappears to sell merch. That used to be a criticism of her all the way back when she was Gargora. But some decided to take it further. If she's well enough to tweet and put together a merch line, she's well enough to give people what they actually want, which is streams. And second, the criticism centered
That's what I'm
on
saying, bro. Like, you just need to stream.
one
pretty
specific
good.
item in particular. A happy. What happened was that the basic version, priced around $69, sold out. So the only
Mhm.
one left was the premium version, a much pricier product, over $200. And people
Whoa.
got upset, assuming she jacked up the price of her merch. But that wasn't it. It was simply a different higher-end item. And I doubt she had much say in the pricing at this pop-up anyway, since the numbers are one-to-one with Roa's merch sitting right next to it. As for only showing up to announce merch, these things are planned months ahead, and they're usually contractual. Even if Saba was in a rough patch health-wise, she'd still be on the hook to promote this particular line because it's a collaboration with a third party. But still, more people were happy.
And this is just so
than unhappy.
stressful.
And then,
Like
finally
managing
on
all that.
February 7th, 2026, she went live. Nobody knew at the time, but that would be the last stream she'd have. The hope rolled forward one more time to Valentine's Day.
Probably in February. I'm gonna be having a new outfit. Yay!
W.
Finally, this fish put some more clothing on.
Wait, when was her
Fanbase
last
wanted to believe
stream?
she'd be back for it, as that was the one holiday
Because she was referencing that right there. That was her last stream, right? That in February she's gonna get another outfit. So it's gotta be like
historically
before
never
February.
missed. But then Valentine's Days was the real killer because Valentine's came and Valentine's went and there was no Saba.
I'm turning on the
And
AC,
after
guys.
that,
I'm like
there was
dying.
nothing
I'm sweating like
at
crazy.
all. And then March, April, and the better part of May trickled by with zero communication from her. Fans started obsessively tracking her streams and comparing them with breaks she took as Gargura in the past to try
Cool off, I will.
desperately to find an answer.
I'm
or
standing
establish
right next to
some
the
kind of
AC.
correlation. Until one Twitter post blew the lid off everything. It all started with a single post of someone deciding to cancel their membership. They tweeted, "I told myself that if she didn't stream or even make a community post by the next time this renews, I would have to cancel it. But this really is such a hard decision for me. I want to keep supporting her, but Imo, it is a little screwed up to just go AWOL without any notice. There isn't a single other
Do I
VTuber
have
know
channel
who
memberships on my
participates
YouTube, by the
in
way?
hiatus and not even make a post. I'm not even
I don't know if I
asking for
have
much
any.
here, just a vague, sorry about a lack of content, personal things happening, but we get nothing. Maybe I'll change my
I don't think
mind
I
in the
do.
morning. But for now, I just feel kind of sad. I've been a fan of hers since her first incarnation, and it just sucks to get basically nothing from a content creator I enjoy. Like I said, I'm gonna sleep on it, but for now, this is where it stands for me. And I know y'all don't really care, but this is my social media. I'm going to vent my feelings if I want to.
Don't think so.
Saba at this point hadn't
Maybe-
streamed in 2 entire months. And that tweet just sparked an entire discussion that lasted for days. So there were people airing out their
I don't really do any
grievances,
YouTube
such as,
exclusive
"It's really
streams,
funny
so
how
I want
Saba
another
left,
point."
came back to announce overpriced merch and then left again without another word. This tweet got over 1.5 million views. And just to be clear, the discussion that followed wasn't just her fan base. Saba discussions have always pulled in casual viewers, onlookers, rival fan bases, antis, and even haters posing as fans. And it's exactly these factions fighting each other that have always exacerbated any discussions around her. And you'll see all of them in what comes next. And in this case, the discussion cut both ways as well. Plenty of people pushed back on the criticism as well. The argument being, if a friend of yours landed a job where they were successful enough to only work a few days a month and still get by, you'd be happy for them. So why aren't you happy for her? Others pointed out that membership doesn't buy you access to her, but one tweet in particular raised a sharper question. Does Saba owe at least one membership stream as a perk for paying members? As one of the perks listed on her memberships are members only live streams. And here's the
Oh
ironic
man, are those all streams? Sick fish stream, serial tier list.
on her memberships are
An
members
hour,
only
like
live
2
streams.
hours
And here's the
streams.
ironic part.
That'd be awesome.
Back when she debuted and was streaming constantly, people blamed Hololive, the corporate obligations, the pressure that was wearing her down. But now that she was independent and barely streaming, the same logic flipped completely. Maybe Hololive was actually the thing keeping her going this entire time. And so they started blaming her instead and praising Hololive. Most of the criticism slung at her during the stretch boiled down to one accusation, that she was using her fan base as living wallets. Saba/Gargura was always a piece of shit, and the only
Damn.
reason she left Hololive in the first place is that they dared to demand she actually do her job instead of sitting at home collecting royalties. I and others predicted that she would do the exact same thing once becoming an indie, and here we are. Saba/Gura/Senzawa was basically playing the card of I'm too sick, tired, etc. to stream, so please continue to support me, ooh, for the past 6 years. I get saying, well, she isn't obligated to stream for you, but you are a streamer. It's insulting to fans to just not stream. And another said, stop giving her money and see how fast she comes back. She is literally using y'all as a wallet, Lamau. I've never seen a VTuber this blatant about not giving a fuck about their fans. The
Okay,
only
bro.
achievement of those who left Hololive like Gora or Aqua is that they kept slacking off unchanged even after going independent. So it's the faction who brainlessly defends them with not streaming is the management's fault fault has finally disappeared. Imagine having over 1,400,000 followers and just ghosting them. And a lot of it wasn't even just aimed at her anymore. People just reach for the usual internet insults for her fanbase as well. They call them cucks, loser, simps, incels. However, amongst the memes...
I mean, has she ever confirmed that the reason why she's not streaming is because of management? I feel like this is all just like speculation on like her fans' like part, right? Like she's always shown that she's very inconsistent. Like it's not her fault that people kept assuming that it's because of this, because of that.
Back and forth, some people pointed out something more legitimate. They believed that at the very least she owed her fanbase some communication, and if she couldn't do it herself, she should have someone else tweet or post on her behalf. No hate to Saba, but I'd say she does owe some fans some type of notice. I use the word owe because this is a job. When you go on vacation at work, you put your time in and let your boss know. Why does she get a pass? Not parasocial, but why are we setting double standards? And somewhere along the line throughout this discourse that had been happening ever since she was Gargora, the opinion shifted from Saba cannot stream due to health issues to Saba does not want to stream because she either hates her fanbase, VTubing, or because she's simply lazy. And on top of all the not streaming criticism, she'd also been trailed by the same recycled accusations the whole time. Because she has a lolly avatar, a certain corner of the internet has always slapped her with the PDF label, or called her PDF. And this isn't new, it's followed her and her fanbase since the Gargora days, with live streamer Brittany Venti casting her the first stone.
There is something called Hollow Live now that they do in English. They have little lollies, prepubescent girls on YouTube, and my first impression of it was, oh, is this like a child show? Is this a kids show? Like kids can see it, kind of like Dora the Explorer, and like interact with it. Then I come to find out, no, actually the chat is full of 40-year-old men getting off to the depiction of a 9-year-old.
These people resurfaced every time she does anything, across all three of her personalities, like clockwork. The day of her debut, a post blew up on r/livestream fails pointing out that Gargora had redebuted as Samiko Saba to 200k live viewers. And the top comments were, well, exactly what you'd expect.
Course.
Why do they seem to always look like children? So wholesome, she got 200k PDF watching. You can't tell me you wouldn't distance yourself or your children from a friend/family member who watches shit like this. VTubers really opened the PDF Pandora's box. The popularity of these animated children models is honestly frightening. Shame on these women for exploiting it too. Disgusting. PDF is back, can't wait for the drama from the jealous small VTubers. I'm pretty understanding of most things in life, but being over the age of like 15 and watching something like this is just weird. Really, really, really fucking weird. But her silence didn't just anger people. It left a hole others exploited as well. Since Saba doesn't have an official Discord, she never did. In fact, most of the ex-Holo members don't have a fan Discord as well. Well, except for Doobie. This is probably to put some healthy degrees of separation between them and some of the fans that get too attached. Anyways, the absence of a centralized place that is moderated for fans created a gap in her case. And this gap is often easy to fill for impersonators. Lately, especially, Whole Life has been getting tons of impersonators. And around the holidays, someone ran a fake Secret Santa scam pretending to be her, with a wish list that...
Whoa, that's crazy. Did I miss out on the window cleaning? I got you. Wait, one sec, real quick. Real quick window cleaning. You're welcome. Hi, Sophie. Boom, boom.
Included a Nintendo Switch 2 for the scammer. There were real fans.
Oh my gosh, so someone made like a throne in Saba's name and just put a Nintendo Switch 2 on there? That is crazy. And they got it.
That were missing her and who donated actual money to it before anyone figured out that it wasn't actually her. And then there was a TikTok account called Samo Saber that's been restreaming her old YouTube VODs live, pretending to be her broadcasting in real time. People showed up to the live streams thinking it was her and donated
the faker, but it ain't
her
obvious.
through the TikTok app,
I was strict at
which
first.
in turn had people criticize Saba for not doing enough in terms of communication to protect her fans from legitimate scammers. But then, just
She
as
died?
Everyone has
No, she
started
didn't.
giving up hope. Almost a month after the viral Twitter post, Saba
How you doing,
finally
Sophie?
addressed it in a member post. So here VTuber etiquette says you don't leak paid content, so I can't put it directly on stream. I can only talk about it vaguely. But she clarified a few things worth repeating here, mostly because it reads like a direct response to the criticism she's been getting. She first off opens by confirming what a lot of us already suspected, that her health hasn't been good. She says she has a chronic illness that isn't improving and that she's been feeling the worst she ever has, and that she'll get into it more when she can, but it gets her really emotional. She also says she's pausing memberships on May 25th. That one lines up pretty directly with the loudest complaint, that she was still collecting money from members while she stopped.
So she doesn't have any memberships right now. Feeling full made some yummy caramel, no bake, trade bake.
And most importantly, she addressed
No
the
bake, trade
criticism at
bake,
the center of
basically.
it all, the communication or
Is it yummy
lack
though?
with her
Oh wait, it
fans
is.
about what was going on. And this
Give me
is
some.
the most
Like this.
important part, as her
Just plop it in my mouth right
silence
there.
is enabling bad actors, as we've seen throughout the video, to fill the space with their own narratives instead. At the end of the day, she said it plenty times that she's been dealing with a chronic illness on top of the pressure of fame and having to perform.
Me. All of
That
you.
must suck having a chronic illness. I'm lucky enough that I don't have
So
one.
it really comes down to
Maybe
whether
I might
or
have
not
scoliosis,
you trust
though.
her word.
But I'm just like any other
Memberships
guy.
did raise another point worth sitting with. For the genuine fans who just wanted to support her with nothing expected in return, this also took away their ability to do that, and they might be the one
That's just
impacted
a
the
guy.
hardest by this.
Yeah.
So why does this happen? Why does a streamer taking a break curdle into people calling her lazy, a grifter, telling her to log off forever? Well, it's not random.
But with a
and it's not
twist.
just that fans are mean. There's a real psychological phenomenon underneath it. Core of it is that people are lonely. People want to belong to something, and a fandom is one of the few places left that reliably gives them that. Every fandom forms around liking a particular thing, and in this case, the thing is Saba. That shared liking is the price of entry, and once you're in, the actual point isn't really her anymore. It's everything that grows around her. You make friends in that chat, in this community. You recognize the same names
Whoa.
every night. You're in on the jokes. You show up to the same place at the same time, and other people show up too. You collaborate on things. You clip her. You draw fan arts of her. And for that window of time, you're part of something. That's what a fandom built around a creator actually is. It's what experts called a ritual economy, where the creator is just the thing that everyone gathers around, and the real value is the gathering. Think of it as
Is that what it
Saba
is?
the
Ritual
glue
economy.
holding all of these people
I'm learning new
together,
things every
which is
day.
why her going quiet does so much more damage than it looks like it should. The fans don't only lose Saba, they lost the reason the group convenes. When the stream stopped, the chat thins out,
Grandma.
the routine dissolves, friends you only ever saw in that one place drift apart, and the whole little world that formed around her starts to come apart. For a lot of these people, that world had become the main source
gonna
of
sacrifice you.
belonging. It was
No!
part of their identity. It was more load-bearing than anything in their offline life. So her silence doesn't just land as a show going on a break, it lands as a community dissolving, and as the specific person who could have kept it together simply choosing not to. The fans might feel like they're losing part of their identity, losing her. And so, slowly, they start resenting her more and more and feeling like it's her fault. And that also explains why the same hiatus gets different reactions from different viewers. Some of them just shrug and say, well, I'll just pause my membership and restart it whenever she starts streaming again. But some others
True.
have
Feel
total
free.
meltdowns. It also tracks with people's attachment styles. A securely attached viewer takes a break as a break. But for a viewer whose whole sense of belonging was wired into that community experience,
I'm in another
they
country
will
right
take
now
the
and
abscess as
downloaded, like,
something closer to abandonment.
so many apps to
it's
watch
the
this.
same event,
What?
but it has completely
Do you have to download so many?
different internal responses.
I'm Mr. Worldwide. You can
And obviously
download.
the
You can
loudest
download
voices
it.
in the
You can
discourse
watch
are
me from
coming
any country.
disproportionately from the people who had the most
After this
writing
video,
on
I
the
might go to the
stream. And
bathroom
when it
for
comes
a little
specifically
while,
to
chat.
Saba, consistent absences set a low baseline, so you expect little.
I just gotta put my bed sheets
Saba
in the
does
laundry real
opposite.
quick.
She comes back, she's
And then
great,
I'm gonna take a really
community
quick cold
reassembles,
shower.
everyone reinvest, and then it goes quiet again. And then it repeats. And each return rebuilds the anticipation and redeposits everyone in investment right before the next silence wipes it out. It's not just the absence that does the damage, it's the intermittency. It's the feast or famine mode that she trained her audience to be on.
You feel like you want to do so much, right? And you know people expect certain things from you, but maybe you expect things of yourself. And
Why a
you
cold shower? Because I'm
try
freaking
and
hot, bro.
try,
I'm
but maybe
overheating.
you're not doing enough for yourself, or you feel like you're doing what you can, but still doesn't, like, it's too much. You like take a moment and you just say that you are doing the best that you can, and that's all you can do. Just do what you can.
It's hot out
You know,
here.
say, do your best.
Yeah, don't you have like a storm that's going on out there, Sophie?
Anybody has a problem with what it is.
Storm and hot.
School, work, whatever it is. Fuck them. The world these days, it's so stressed out.
She said the
last
F
thing you need is
word.
yourself in your own ear, making your life more.
I never swear.
I don't know why.
I
where
swear.
this came from. Just do what you can in life, alright? Don't compare your path to anybody else's.
That's
Try to follow
true.
your life and your path done at your pace.
It's
That's
too
why
much
they call it the future. Because it is a gift.
of an
Wait.
unpredictable on and off
I think I
schedule, and it's
misquoted that
almost
from
the most
Panda.
destabilizing when it gets cut out. So the
Panda
obvious
Express.
question is, if you're this unhappy, why not just leave? Well, because they are already invested. There's a sunk cost fallacy there, but also it's comfortable and it's familiar.
The heat wave is
These are
nasty, it
creatures
is.
of habits. There's no guarantee a new creator will give you the same thing with the same feeling or the same community. So you stay until the creator gives you truly nothing. It's like rewatching Lord of the Rings for the 20th time with 100 unwatched films right there. The known quantity usually wins. So here's a contradiction nobody really clocked at the time. For years the consensus was that the company was the problem, the schedule, the obligations, the machine. Go independent, the thinking went, and you'd finally get to do
The
this
machine.
on your own terms. And a lot of talents did exactly that, and it worked. But on your own terms also includes the term where you're not okay, where you go quiet, where the answer to when's the next stream is sometimes just nothing for a while.
I've been wanting to
Independence was never
rewatch Lord of the
only
Rings.
freedom to thrive, it was also freedom to
I want to
disappear,
rewatch it
to
too.
stand in
But
the
I'm
picture
afraid
the
that I'll
first
fall
time
asleep again,
always.
man.
So the question the whole Saba situation
What if I just don't like it?
back to isn't really
What if it's just
about
like so
Saba,
EP like
is
this?
it?
Because the
It's
music
what
is so
we
good. I'm
actually
like,
want from these performers, the freedom we keep saying
Like that,
we
you know?
want for them, or the consistency we still expect, because it's looking
They're
more and
long,
more like
they're
you
very
don't fully
long.
get both, because freedom tends to cut both ways. So what do you guys think of this situation? Let me know in the comments below.
I think that
Videos
it's crazy. That's what I think.